crew, how are you doing? How did yesterday go? Did it feel good? Did it feel bad? Did it feel weird? Tell me all about it. Make sure you send me a DM and tell me. I'm very excited to hear how it went. Now, today we are talking about permission to be imperfect. I know, right? Everybody wants to have everything be perfect. And I'm telling you right now, done is better than perfect. And we're going to focus on that today. We're also going to write ourselves some permission slips. So get yourself a sticky note or your favorite notebook or something, and you're going to write on it, permission to be imperfect. And you're going to put it right where you're going to see it when you're making content. Why are we doing this? Because people get so wrapped up in it having to be perfect, then they get paralysis, and then they end up doing nothing, and then they've just stared at their phone for an hour, and they haven't done anything, and then they still got to go pick up the kids, and the whole day's gone. Does that sound familiar? Have you ever done that? I have. So what we're going to do is we're going to take perfect, wrap it up in a little ball, say thank you, but no thank you, and we're going to throw it away. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to focus on how being imperfect actually is going to get you, your dream clients, and the people you want to see come into your business way more than trying to be perfect is. So what does being imperfect even mean? It means permission to be yourself, and it means permission to just throw away the list that somebody else made that you've been living by that literally is doing nothing for you. So what are we going to do? Make our own list. We're going to think about, yesterday we talked about what is actually important to us, and we're going to keep building on that. So if you can take one or two things that you've been holding on to that don't actually matter, like I have to post every single day, or my posts have to be bright and light, or my posts have to be exactly like so-and-so's, take it and throw it away. Honestly, if it makes you feel better, write it down on a piece of paper, crumple it up, throw it away, light it on fire safely. Whatever you got to do, take perfect and get rid of it. It's one of the biggest things stopping you from actually putting out content and putting out content that you actually like. Because what's really important, that you're being authentic to you and that you're putting out stuff that you like, and that is going to bring in the people who are meant for you. Not all those other people. They don't matter. We don't need them. So kind of like what we did yesterday, we're going to give ourselves permission and we're going to give someone else permission. So think about your ideal client. We're going to be talking about that person a lot. Don't get hung up too deeply on the absolute specifics. Think of somebody who you've already worked with, or think of just in your mind, if somebody sent you a DM today and they were like the one, like they had the budget for exactly what you want to give, they had the time, they had the excitement, they lived in a certain place, or they were connected to somebody. Who is that person? Build a something. Give them a nickname if you want. You don't have to. But if that exact person came into your life, was like, I want to work with you, but I'm afraid because I'm not perfect, what would you say to them? I know if it was one of my clients, I would be like, you don't have to be perfect, because what you're doing is amazing, because you're an amazing businesswoman and you fight hard every day to make a beautiful life for your family, and you're following your dreams and you're being unapologetically you, and you are breaking barriers and you are smashing glass ceilings. Who cares if you don't look perfect? We're going to make amazing content together because we're both imperfect, and we're going to show the world and other women what we can do. That's what I would say. What would you say? That's what you're going to write. You're going to write down, make sure you have a notebook so you can write a shitty first draft and then come up with your nicer one. You're going to write, what is some permission you would give to somebody that you're trying to attract? So you're thinking of this. You've already given permission to yourself. These are two separate things. Give permission to yourself to be your goofy, wonderful self. Now you're going to give permission to your ideal client. So who is that person? Maybe there's somebody who wants to try yoga or wants to try meditation, one of your classes, but they're afraid they're going to look silly, or they're afraid that their size is not going to be inclusive. Or maybe there's somebody who really wants to do photos, but they're afraid of how they look. Or maybe they are somebody who wants to take some life coaching, but they are afraid that they don't have all their ducks in a row, so they can't start. What would you say to that person? Think it over, write it out, picture them in your mind, and then once you have that out, you're gonna make a piece of content saying that. Again, I'm not gonna be sticky today on what kind of content it is. I'm gonna definitely suggest that it's a piece of content that lasts, because this is a core piece of your business and you're gonna want people to see this more than once. So I'm gonna say a post or a reel or a video, not a story today. I want you to share in your stories whatever kind of post you come up with, but I want you to give your ideal client permission to do something. Okay? Are you clear on today's homework? Once again, I'll link some examples in the email, but really get into it, write it out, and make sure that you're speaking to them, not airy-fairy in a world, I would give permission to so-and-so, speak to them. Be like, I am giving you permission to whatever. Make sure you're speaking directly to them. Because when I read it, I want to think, oh my gosh, wow, that hit hard. That's what I want to feel. I don't want to feel like you're speaking to someone else. I want to feel like you're speaking to me. Okay? That's how we're going to do this. Make sure, obviously, like every single day, that you're tagging me, and make sure, like every single day, that you're using our hashtag #SparkTheCreative. I'm super proud of you. You're already on day 2. You're crushing it. See you tomorrow.